to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
To the brand than anything else. How I see it, having that level of conversation is hurtful, right? With Microsoft setting on a new path with Xbox, with a new team. Thank you so much. When they need the benefit of doubt more so than anything, when questions about Asha and Matt Booty and all of that's going on right now is that it's critical infancy. Talks like selling off ABK for $60 billion, maybe. Would you take this? And I've seen it all. I've heard it all. I've been sent it all. I can say this. A lot of people that are inside the building that is working very hard and diligently in trying to produce a great product and trying to reestablish the stability inside the Xbox brand really didn't take kindly to those conversations being had. And I'm talking about people off the record like, damn, man, bro, like we're trying honestly to give back that feeling, that old feeling of, all right, we're getting it together. We're getting back up. One more round. Let's go, Rocky. That type of feeling. So the content creators that were doing that stuff, that they felt that they were getting a fair share from, a fair shake from. What up, Be Nice? Legendary Intel, what's good? The Deceiver, what's going on? Olaf, back at you. Jason, Perilla, what's good? They felt that they weren't getting a fair shake. And I understood that. Hey, I want to put a one in the chat if y'all hear this. I need to know if y'all hear this because I have to hear this. Did y'all hear that? Let me know. All right, let me know if y'all heard that. Hold on. All right, sorry. I need to know if y'all heard that. So, same as Blackley, co-created the Xbox at Microsoft, bringing life to Microsoft console. Thank you, I appreciate that. And hardware in 2001 before leaving just a year later. He has watched his former company hit the headlines with Phil Spencer and would-be successor Sarah Bonds announce their exit. And in a new interview, he revealed that he believes that to be the new CEO, Asha Shermer, actually her mission, which sounds like nothing good for Xbox fans. Speaking of Games Beat, Backley said that Xbox is not a core part of Microsoft's all-encompass AI push, and so it's being sunsetted. You never want to disagree with the guy that made it, right? That's like having a conversation with God, like, man, nah, I don't think your opinions on human beings, the way you made them, was really good when it came to this stuff. You think they sunsetting humans? But it's one part that I don't agree with, and it's the actual thought that Xbox isn't essential to the core AI thinking. Now, somebody did put in the chat the other day that they don't want that AI inside the Xbox. Well, I'm sorry to bring the news to you. There will be an AI chip inside the Xbox, and there will in the next Xbox. Come, baby. And there will be software wrapped around that. We're going to talk about the software that I believe that is going to revolutionize game development and how game games are intricately made at the fundamental basis. Now, this is the reason why I believe Asha is here. All right. So again, remember, her whole main mission is to make Xbox great again. So speaking of GamesBeat, said Blackley said that Xbox is not a core part of Microsoft and its all-encompassing AI push, so it's about to be sunsetted. Drafting in Shermer, who Blackley points out came from Microsoft's AI team with no gaming background, is a further evidence of the company's true strategy. So if you really understand exactly all the conversations that were being had in the last couple of days, actually focusing, because it's sites like GamesBeat and IGN that are focusing on her lack of video game experience, playing video games, as a reason why not to believe anything that she says. But when you start to look at how the team is forming, you really understand how integral Matt Booty is to all of this. He's like the big piece to the puzzle, and Matt was overseeing all the games that are actually in the pipeline that are showing up that actually started to reach a cadence, right? We got an overabundance of games now based upon his due diligence with these studios as far as going out, making sure that games are actually on schedule and looking in the way that they should. See, part of doing that also was going over to the initiative and looking and seeing what Perfect Dark was up to. So hard conversations had to be had. Things had to be talked about, and either stuff has to be canceled and studio closures has to happen. But if the return off of investment isn't happening and the project isn't proceeding as according to plan, well, then we fundamentally have an issue. And if Matt oversaw that, and if Matt was in charge of that, and if Matt is in control of that, then we understand that Matt will make the hard decisions when it comes to games being on time, being on schedule, and at a certain quality that us Xbox people has been looking for a very long time. I don't care what anybody said. How long have you said to yourself that Xbox needs to have checks and balances when it comes to these games, and these games can't come out broken, they can't come out half-assed, and they gotta have a certain level of quality because we want Game of the Year contenders, and we have been taking a back seat to the PlayStation for far too long. And when dudes do step up and they do handle their business and they do hold people accountable, we give them backlash. So she has that individual that is right there overseeing that. I respect that. When you have Craig Duncan, Sea of Thieves, Rare, you have him sitting right next to you. We understand that fundamentally from the ground up, he understands games, he knows games, he has produced games, he has games that are across the board. So we understand she's insulated from a gaming aspect. That is not her position. Her position is a sick brand that has been tarnished in a way that you guys felt that it needed to be changed. We can't call for change, and then when change shows up, we start actually fighting back change. It will be difficult. Change didn't mean keeping Phil forever and then putting somebody else in place. Let's add some pieces. No, you said you wanted change. Well, now it's change. But then you got pieces kind of like this that undermines, because when this change is happening and it's across the boards, it's a shocker to a lot. This kind of undermines that momentum that you're trying to build. That feeling in the building. Because right now, morale could be at its slowest. And we're going to get into morale. So he's expect Asha, and her job is going to be to be a care doctor when it comes to Xbox, and slides Xbox gently into the night. Now, he has since walked back these statements. And I'm not going to get into him walking back the statements and being held to the measure of his words, because, again, I hold him in super high regard. And anyone can have an opinion based upon the stuff that they see. He is not part of the day-to-day. He probably does have people that he does talk to, and is with all reverence and respect that I even addressed an interview by GamesBeat about his thoughts on the new hiring. Now, I do say from the outside looking in, it does look like it's AI inspired, and she would be complicit with all the stuff coming down from Satya. But I still say we don't know what level of Satya we get based upon the level of cash that has been lost. Right?
My thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's you. Now we know your character. Sometimes, you know, you look at people and you be like, dang, man, you ain't got no dignity. You ain't got no morals. Like, come on, man. Like, what you gonna stand for if everything is about money?